Good morning, everybody. My name is Brenda from Port Angeles Anytime Fitness. When we go back to the gym, we are going to be trying to protect people and keep our social distancing. And in order to do that, we have set up classes in smaller groupings of 5 or 6 people that are spaced apart. And we're breaking those classes up into 3 different types. A burn class, a base class, and a build class. And today I'm going to go through a build class with you and show you the modifications. So we're going to start with a Spider-Man elbow drop. You're absolutely able to grab onto a chair, so go ahead and get one. And before I start, I'm going to use rocks today for my holds. You can use rocks for your arms. You can use a big weight for your squats, or you can use no weight at all. And I've got pieces of paper for sliders. So if you need to go collect those things, do that. Come back, join us for the video. So a Spider-Man elbow drop is 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. I don't want this knee to go past my elbow, so I can put my hand right here or my elbow here, or I can hang onto a chair. And I'm simply going to roll this shoulder down as far as I can and then stretch back as far as I can. If you need to go down to the ground, because there's all different levels, what you're going to be doing is bringing that elbow down as far as you can and rolling the shoulder back. So we're doing 10 of these just to warm up. 3, 4, 5. Again, working at your level. Everybody can do one of these classes because we have modifications for every level. And then I'm going to go to my other side now. So again, you can use a chair or you can be standing. I'm going to bring that other foot up. Put my elbow down as far as I can, and stretch back. So I'm rounding my back down and I'm arching back. 3, 4, 5. If you do more or less than me, don't worry about it. It's just a simple warm up. Now we're going to do a scapular push-up. So I'm going to do it on the wall first. It's not about bending your arms at all. You want to round out your back and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. So you can do 10 here, you can do 10 on a chair, or you can do 10 on the ground. But again, it's not a push-up. It's arms straight, round your back, and drop your shoulders. Keep your core straight and tight, and don't bob your head. People want to do this, and instead you need to keep your head nice and straight. Looking for about 10. And again, I'm moving from one to the other, so just catch up when you're ready to. Next one is going to be a sumo squat with a hamstring stretch. So feet are wide. You see my toes are out a little. I want to bring shoulders to knees. So shoulders come back. You can put your hands right here. So you don't have to be down very far, but you don't want to be out like this with your knees in front of your toes. Butt is back. I'm going to straighten my legs, and then I'm going to go down into my squat. And when I go down into my squat, I lower my shoulders, my butt stays back, and my knees never go over the front of my toes. So if you can go further down, you can go down and touch your toes, and you can straighten, and you can come down and touch your toes, okay? You also could go all the way to the ground if you want to drop your butt to the ground. So there's a level of flexibility and work for everybody. And you're going to feel that stretch as you push up through your hamstrings. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then we're going to go to the last one. It's kind of a bird dog hold. So the work on the wall is one arm comes out and the other leg goes back, and we're going to hold it for a count of 5. So you're going to hold it up, push back as far as you can, opposite arm, opposite leg, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're doing that on the floor, opposite arm, opposite leg, push out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to keep your tush in your tummy as tight as you can and bring that arm and leg up as straight as you can. So we're adding balance in here along with our warm up, and we're adding just muscle tightening and strength, warming things up. And you're also using those posture muscles because it is your butt muscles and your rhomboids and those muscles that are behind your shoulders that hold your posture. So these are good for posture, those people who sit in chairs or who sit on couches or who are on their computer or their tablet a lot. So one more on either side. Again, you have that modification on the wall. And we're gonna come back up. So now we're just gonna do some high kicks. 10 on either side. When you're doing those high kicks, tighten your tush in your tummy. You can hang on to anything you want. And we're just kicking our leg up. You don't have to hold on to anything if you want. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and go at your pace. Same thing on the other side. So every time you're tightening your stomach, you're not only getting some stretching in your legs, but tightening the stomach uses some abdominals. And then the last one's going to be a little bit of a plyometric thing. So if you can't jump, you're going to step in a square. So step, step, back, back, like you're stepping on the 4 points of a square. So you're going to start with this foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go back the other way until you do 10. Those people who can jump, you're going to jump on each point of a square and jump back. So little jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, forward, forward, back, back, forward, back. And you can do a combination. If you get tired, then simply go back and do the modification. Everybody at their level. And then we're going to go into the workout. So this is the warm-up. Okay. Drink of water anytime. At any point you feel like you need to, your heart rate's a little high, or you need a drink, just go get it. So we're going to do push-ups today, but they're slow, and we're going to superset. Superset means 2 exercises back to back, with no rest. We're going to go 30 seconds for each exercise, and we're going to do 3 sets. So if you cannot do it, you simply sit out a couple of the sets. Just do what you can. So the first exercise is going to be 10 push-ups. I'm sorry, it's 30 seconds of push-ups. The push-ups are super slow though. So if you only get 2 or 3 push-ups in a 30-second time, that's okay because you want about a 4 count down. So your push-up's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, back, 2, 3, 4. So super slow push-ups. They can be done on the wall, arms slightly wider than shoulder, come down to 90 degrees, not clear back here because of a shoulder issue, and back out again. And for those people who do have shoulder issues, it's back here where the shoulders have to help. Out here, you're squeezing your chest. So make your push-ups just shoulder width, come down a couple of inches, squeeze back in, couple of inches, squeeze back in, but keep it all out here to not engage that shoulder if you have an injury. Those people on the floor, you're going down, let me go, where's my clock? We're going down for 30 seconds. So here we go. And then just a reminder, most people know that you can obviously do those on your hands and knees. So the one we are going to do that with that is, it's called the sandbag squat. You can hold anything here, but basically you're bringing shoulders to the knees. So your exercise can be just this low and squeezing in, but it's super slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, push hips back, 2, 3, 4. I keep my back straight, I keep my butt going back, and then I push back in. If you're holding a weight or a couple of weights, the same thing. You're holding the weight up close to you, elbows out, and you can go down as deep as you want. So we're going for 30 seconds. So if you're going deeper, you keep the back flat, you bring the shoulders to the knees and squeeze back in. You never want your knees going this way. It's butt going back, back flat, super slow. And then we got 2 more sets of these. Super slow up. So you keep your butt tight going down and controlled. Keep it tight, keep it tight, keep it tight. When you reach your 4 count, whoops, come back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And up. 2, 3, 4. Now right back into your other exercise. You know where to modify. So we're just counting 30 seconds and 30 seconds. Go. So in 30 seconds, you should be getting only about 4 of these out. So back into place. Only go as low as you need to. Super slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Push through the heels. Tighten the butt even tighter. Get yourself back up. Let you come back. Super slow, super slow, super slow, super slow. Pushing back up. So your butt's tight going down. Tighter coming up. Elbows are coming to the knees or toward the knees. And our 30 seconds is about when you're done here. We're going right back in to another set of push-ups. Okay, so find your modification. You can be on the wall, but still doing them slow. 4 count. And we're going right back down. 4 of these, elbows out. Super slow. Up, 2. Down. And done. All right, next set. Again, we're going to superset. These are going to be some faster exercises because we want to use our quick twitch muscles and use a little bit of explosive action. So the first one is a swimmer. When you're on the wall, opposite arm, opposite leg, just like we did when we were holding, but you're really tightening your tush in your tummy so that you use your core to push those back and you're going fast, like this. For 30 seconds. You can do that on hands and knees, like this, or you can do it on the floor, which is why that thing is called a swimmer, because it's like you're kicking your legs, so you're doing this, okay? So ready, go. And done on that. And then we're going to go to a 1-leg dumbbell. It's a 1-leg deadlift. So a deadlift is about bringing your back over flat as your tush goes backwards and it's about pushing up. Now we're going to do that with one leg, so you can hang on to something. When one leg goes back, let me hold here. When one leg goes back, that side of your body is like a plank. You want to use your butt muscle to squeeze back up. So we're going to go down slow for 4 count and power up fast. So what it's going to look like is 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze up hard. When you're doing that, keep your whole body like a plank. What you don't want to do is bend over, pick it up, set it down, and pick up with your lower back. You want this section to all be one, so that when you tighten your butt, you pull it back in. So I'm going to hold a weight. You could hold a bucket with lots of rocks or a pail of water or something. So let's see, which side do I need to go on? Here we go. 4 count down. Power up. 4 count down. Power up. Two more. Last one. Okay, I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm just juggling rocks, so I'm kind of keeping them against me, but you can hold them wherever you need to. Same thing. Power up. I'm going to move over here. I'm kicking the wall. Power up. When you power up, really keep your butt tight going down, and then really squeeze and push up. 4 more. Squeeze up. You got 2 more to do. 1 more. Okay, so we're going back to that swimmer again. 2 more sets, just going right through it. Make sure that if you are tired, that you just take a break, get a drink of water, come back in, because this is always at your level. You can do these on the wall. Here we go. And done. We're going right back to the legs. So 8 on each side. Grab your tools. I'm going to start on this side because that's what side I started on. Over you go. 4 count down, squeeze up. You can just be this far over. You can just come over nice and little bit. You still squeeze up. And you can do it without weight, or you can add as much weight as you need to. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Here we go again. Squeeze up. Four more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Okay, that was 2 times through. We've got 1 more time through. Get on the wall if that's your modification, and away we go. And done. Last set, 8 on either side of our deadlifts. So this side first. 4 count down, squeeze up. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one, other side. Here we go. Squeeze up. Squeeze up. We got 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one. Okay, folks, so we are going to go to the next one. This is where we get to use our sliding paper. So for those people who are on the wall, start out from the wall a ways so that you've got a plank, and your plank should not be out here. You want to be in a position you can hold that plank for 30 seconds. You can walk your hands up to make it harder. So the ideal is you kind of cup your butt under and tighten your belly to hold that position. You don't have to go as high as long as you cup the butt under and tighten the belly so that you get that long plank position. For those people who are doing kind of a rollout, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come out however far you need to. You're going to drop your butt, cup your butt under, tighten your belly, and you can hold that as long as you need to. If you can come out further, you hold it wherever. So here we go. And done. I'm gonna walk those back up. And the next one is going to be a hold with your shoulders and your arms. So I'm holding 2 rocks. Again, you kind of cup your belly under, tighten your butt. We're gonna hold these up in front of us for 30 seconds. So here we go. And bring it down, and we're going to go back out. So to make it harder, walk your hands up the wall a little further, or take your sliders out a little further. But if you really cup your butt under and tighten your belly, you're going to find that you don't need to go out as far to get the same amount of work. So out you go, drop down and go. And bring it back in. We've got another set of the holds. So come up. You're going to tuck your butt under, tighten your belly, arms are out, and hold it for 30 seconds. And done. We got one more set. Remember, if you are new to the game and you're having trouble with these, just do 1 or 2 sets. Do it at your pace and do it where you need to. So again, I'm going to go ahead and go out however far it means so that I can feel that. And you can be wherever you need to be. You can be straight up over your shoulders if you need to. Last set with the hold, and then we'll go into our last exercises for the day. So So here we go. Cup your tush and your tummy under. Put your weights in position. It can be anything you need for weight. You can just be holding your arms up because we have about 10 pounds of arm there that has bone and muscle and extra weight in it. And so it might be enough just to hold your arms up and do nothing else. And we're done there. Okay, so last superset is going to be a little bit trickier. So we're going to do a bear crawl. Now a lot of people can't get onto the ground. So what you're going to do is you're going to get down like this and you're going to walk like this. Because when you're walking down like this, you're using a lot more balance and muscle than when you're up here like this, okay? If you can get lower and hang on to your legs, you can do this. And if you can get lower, you can actually walk on the floor. So I'm just gonna walk back and forth for 30 seconds at the level I can. And again, you can be at whatever level you need to walk at. You wanna get as low as you can so that it feels a little tough, and you have to work a little bit at it. So go. If you can stretch out further, do it. And done. Okay, so we're going to be doing 3 sets again. Get a drink of water, catch your breath a little bit. Those are a little harder being down. And we're going to be doing some squat jumps. So people are terrified to jump, and it's because all our lives we're taught, get your back straight so that you don't impact your knees. So what do? We keep our back straight and we let our knees go this way. Now it puts all the weight into my knees. And what I want to do is teach you that when they say keep your back flat and protect your knees by lifting with your legs, what they mean is keep your back flat and get your butt back. That way, your legs are protected by your butt pushing in. So it's like a little kid. If you see a little kid will push way back and then they'll jump. So if you don't jump, simply go back and up on your toes, back, up on your toes. What adults do is they bend their knees and they go bong like that. So every time, stabilize here, little bit of a jump, stabilize, and then a little bit of a jump. Don't go too fast because form trumps everything else. So if you've got it, when you go up, when you come back down, you come right back into a spring motion with your hands back. You don't start here, get this part right, and then go clunk with your knees forward. You go back, you come up, immediately sink back. Up, sink back. Looking for 10 of those. You actually can only do 2 or 3 if you want. If you can only do a few, that's absolutely okay. If you're more advanced, you go higher and you do more, but absolutely okay just to come up to your toes and sink back in because we're learning form and modify at any point, okay? So we're gonna walk around, get a drink of water, we're gonna go back into a bear crawl, and we're gonna go back into a jump. Those are plyometric moves, so instead of going one to the other, notice I'm giving us just a few minutes rest to catch our breath. So when you're doing any kind of exercise, you really work at your pace, and that's what happens in class too. Is if you can only do 1 or 2 and you start getting a little breathless, then you're done. You don't have to do anymore. And if you can do 10, you can do more. Everybody should be able to work in the same class at their pace with modifications and not feel like they have to keep up with the rest of the class. Okay? So back into our bear crawl for 30 seconds. Here we go. And that's done. Alrighty. So again, I'm just a little bit winded just because I was down on the floor. Gonna catch my breath for 30 seconds, walk it out, and then come back in and do those squat jumps. So here we go. Again, if you need to pause, simply wait out one set, come back in for the third set, or shut off the video, get your breath down, come back in about a minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes or however long it takes you. So I'm going to be able to push your hands back just like a little kid, coming up to your toes or pushing your hands back, a little bit of a jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice I land soft. I don't want to hear myself land. I just want to come down really quiet and soft. Okay? Walk it out. We got 2 more sets. 1 more set of bear crawls, 1 more set of jumps, and we're done today. So we are adding in plyometric, speed and agility, some balance today, some slow endurance moves, some weighted moves to build muscle. This is a build class. It's about getting stronger in all areas, and they don't last that long, and they go at your rate. So please take the time when you come back to the gym to step into those classes. We're going to have people signing up for them because, again, we can only do like 5 or 6 people in a class. They have to be apart from each other, and we have to protect you, and we can do that if we work together. Alrighty, so I'm going back into my last bear crawl for 30 seconds. Get ready and go. And we're done. Okay, a little bit of 30-second rest, last set of jumps, and we're done. I work a little bit too fast just because I do this all the time, but when you're jumping, you're absolutely able to come down, pause for 2 or 3 seconds, do a little bit of a jump, come back, rest and pause, and come back up. Stabilize yourself so that you do it correctly. Think about what you're doing. Alrighty, so here we go. Starting back down. The other thing is make sure your toes are straight. When your feet are like this, it's hard to get your butt back because when you bend your knees come forward. You see how they come forward? If I straighten my feet, then my butt can get back here. And I need to be able to have straight feet, shoulder width apart, in order to do it correctly. So pushing back, a little bit of a jump, or just go to the top. 2, 3, stabilize. 4, stabilize. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and done. And then from this point, a lot of times in class we might do some foam rolling. So foam rolling is about ironing your muscles. When you have something going on, an injury, something's tweaky, it hurts, muscles are healing, they've been sore, sometimes you get little muscle bunches, muscle adhesions, and those places, it's like sometimes that's where things get tweaky, tight, they feel uncomfortable. So if I hold something over that bumpy muscle area for 90 seconds, stretches are 30 seconds, if I hold it for 90 seconds, then that place kind of goes numb and it flattens out. So if it flattens out, then that muscle can work more effectively. So self-myofascial release, or releasing that outer layer of tightness, is what we do on a foam roller. And so we'll be showing you some of that in class, but today we're just going to stretch out some of those muscles. We used our leg. I'm going to put my butt against the wall. You don't have to. I'm going to put the toe up, and I'm just going to come down until I feel a stretch on the back of that leg. So we're going to hold that for 30 seconds, and then we're going to release. And then just a reminder, your nutrition is as much a part of this as anybody. You know, anybody can be fit, and anybody can achieve that level of being better than they were last week. But it takes some dedication and commitment, and there's so many of us who are willing to have that diet mentality, push a little deeper and switch feet, which is my diet starts tomorrow. I won't worry about it. I've had a hard day. I just need some comfort food. I'll do it tomorrow. And if we have days and days of eating like that, then we end up going the wrong direction. And as human beings, you're always going back and forth anyway. There's little swings, up 5 pounds, down 5 pounds. You know, nobody lives a perfect life because sometimes you're on vacation and sometimes you're not grabbing things like you should. But if you are committed to being a little healthier, about not having degenerative diseases, about not being in a wheelchair and seeing your grandkids grow up, push a little deeper, then you really have to be committed to putting the time in. Put your hands behind, lift your arms. You want to stretch out that chest area. So take the time to plan what you're going to eat today. If you're home and you're not working, you have time to put on a stew. All of those excuses that we've used for years, I don't have time, I'm too busy, I'm at work, we fill up our day with lots of stuff. And you're as important as anything you have on that list. So take the extra time to create that extra recipe, to think about what you're going to eat, to pack those snacks. Again, we all have days when that doesn't happen. Lift those arms up a little bit higher. Now we're going to round our back. So round your back, bringing your shoulders towards your knees, arch back, lean way back like you're going to do a back bend and come back again. We all have time to be a little bit healthier. Most of us are unwilling to do that. We want to complain and say, I wish I could, and I wish I like the way somebody else feels and looks, but I don't like the way I look. It's absolutely a choice, and you have to make that choice to think that you're just as important as your husband, your kids, your parents, your animals, and all those other people. Go ahead and roll your shoulders a few times. Thank you for joining us. Hoping to see you at the gym when we open. My name is Brenda at Port Angeles.